of Vision. You're a Disney guy, right?
No. I mean,
you drew so many pictures of Disney characters.
I like Disney artists, but Disney, like, am I like a 36-year-old gay man with mouse ears going? No, I'm not that kind of
You're right.
monster.
Travis is like, you're not related. Travis is a Travis 41, is a he's a 41-year-old gay man with mouse ears.
Humiliating.
Yes.
I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland.
Really?
Well, we didn't have money when I grew up, so our vacation was like, you're going next door to your cousin's house. Bye. I mean, that was our vacation. So yeah, I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland.
Because Travis was shook over the week when he found out that Bob Iger was coming back and taking over for Bob Chapek.
Oh, that's enough with the Bobs. But which
he
was
literally texted me. He texted me and he said, "Bro, this is a big fucking deal."
I don't think a Disney fan texted you, bro, comma.
No,
I
he
think
didn't.
that he was like,
He texted him, "Hey, little buddy."
yeah.
He sent 2 sparkle emojis.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
They say that Steve Jobs syndrome, like most guys that come back, it doesn't work. So they don't know if it's going to work.
Well, what era was
he? He came back because they asked him back.
What era was he? What era of Disney was he?
Just left 2 years ago.
Oh, so the past 2 years they've not been happy. Well, the past 2 years, a lot of the shit that's been on Disney Plus stinks. So
what don't you like?
Besides WandaVision was so good.
Love
I fucking
WandaVision.
loved WandaVision. It was. Oh, the gays it was great.
They loved it.
It was great, but
Okay.
like it just wasn't.
What didn't you like?
Well, She-Hulk, the graphics were so bad I couldn't get into it.
Right.
I don't know who Moon Knight is.
Who's Moon Knight, Travis?
This is another Marvel character.
Oh, I was just thinking they should do more of those.
It's like, what are they on their 5th generation now or something? Just get to the X-Men. What are we fucking waiting for? You bought the X-Men. Get to the X-Men. Start fresh. Start brand new.
Boom.
I don't care anymore about Thor. Who gives a shit about Thor? Who gives a shit about... Get to the X-Men and fix Storm. That's my biggest
What's
thing.
wrong with Storm?
They fucked her up in the Fox version with Now, I love Halle Berry.
Right.
But Storm was not like... First of all, she couldn't figure out what her accent was in the first movie. Let's just get that out of the way. And then number 2, it should have been Angela Bassett, like a woman commanding, who is strong, who's got an alto voice, who's got, Halle Berry was like, do you ever know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? It dies. Like, bitch, that's not Storm.
Yeah,
and there's a plethora of comic books and quote unquote literature of Storm, where she's saying, I command the winds of the Sahara, rise! And fucking Halle Berry just rolls her eyes back like she's fake orgasming. A tornado happens behind her, and it's the end of it.
You know what? Halle Berry sucked as Storm. You're 100% right. I watched the X-Men.
Stunk.
The animated series X-Men.
Oh my god, from 1991?
Incredible.
Fantastic.
Incredible.
They captured Storm perfectly.
Yes.
And they're bringing that animated series back on Disney Plus. That's the only goddamn good thing Disney's done the past 2 years.
I don't know if I need that.
But also
X-Men
Disney,
cartoon.
it's enough with like the fucking... It's enough with fucking up Maleficent. It's enough with fucking...
They fucked up Maleficent?
Don't even get me started.
Tell me.
Don't even get me started.
Go ahead.
Who are the X-Men? I don't remember the X-Men.
Jim, we're gonna ask you to leave.
No, I've collected the comic books and I don't remember.
The
What do you mean you
X-Men.
don't remember? They're mutants.
No, I know. But what were the names of the individuals? I know who they are.
They're a group of mutants. They're my favorite superheroes because they're in Westchester.
Psycho.
I remember Dr. X.
Love it.
No, Professor
X, dude.
Doctor.
Whatever. I don't know what his degree is in.
He
Fuck
wasn't
him.
like Jean Grey. Let me see that scab. It looks a
Jean
little...
Grey, yes.
Jean Grey, Cyclops,
Well, Cyclops and Wolverine were
yeah.
constantly battling over leadership. Cyclops was a more sort of together, hey guys.
He's like the prep boy.
but
Preppy boy.
Wolverine's
Wait, you
a
mean
bad
medication-wise?
Yes, based off his outfit. I hope he's on prep. And
You had Jean Grey. You had Gambit.
Gambit was
French.
like New Orleans, like Cajun, sort of like bad guy.
Jubilee.
Jubilation Lee. Shit, that's her full name. Sort of racist. They had Storm. They had Psylocke and Archangel and
Morph.
Remember Morph?
Morph?
Yeah, Morph.
No.
Oh yeah,
He's a
Morph.
shapeshifter. You never knew which direction Morph was
Who
going.
was the fast guy?
Okay, so
That's the
you're thinking
Flash. He's not in the X-Men.
Or Quicksilver, who is in the X-Men
There's no way
universe,
he was
but
thinking of
he's
Quicksilver.
not.
No,
he's
what's
not.
the one in the movie where the guy is? It's a great scene.
Quicksilver.
where he's outrunning the bullets, and it goes
Yes.
slow motion, and you can see him just
That's
gently.
the Matrix,
If I
dude.
could
No.
fit time in a bottle. That was X-Men.
Yes.
Days of Future Past. That is Quicksilver, which they had him in the movie.
Isn't that a great scene?
yeah.
It's a fantastic scene. They tried to redo it in the Apocalypse version, which stunk, and they played Annie Lennox, which I love.
So what went wrong with Maleficent?
Well, Maleficent is a character in a Disney movie for 20 minutes. She's just a cunt. She wasn't invited to a wedding. She's like, well, I'm going to kill your kid.
Gotcha.
And then, she's kind of out, and then she shows up at the end. And
Was this Snow White?
I'm going to... What? Who do you think you
Maleficent?
Sleeping Beauty.
are? Sleeping Beauty. Vaffanculo.
Oh, jeez.
She's from Sleeping Beauty.
That's my apologies.
The queen is from Snow White. Get it straight.
Sorry.
Which in this room is very hard to do. But anyways, they tried to do like the sort of wicked version of like, let's do the backstory of Maleficent. And they got a director who's never directed a film before. I think he was just a graphics guy at some sort of, you would know better than me. And then they
hated Maleficent, Travis?
I didn't like it.
And first of all, Angelina Jolie couldn't figure out if she was British or not British, and they also made her likable.
That's
And
just
then there was
life.
this love story and her wings, and it was so stupid.
Right,
I was
it's
like,
dumb.
It's enough.
It was dumb.
Don't patronize me.
You don't
do not. I see you.
Yeah.
You don't need Maleficent. The fact that they made Maleficent relatable,
I hate the name Maleficent.
and they're telling Matteo Lane that he is not relatable, is the crime of show business.
It is you're right. It is a dumb name.
Maleficent. It's hard to say. It's
Well-
an unpleasant word.
Well, she's a not pleasant person.
That's fine, but as
Mal.
a word, it should be. Hitler's an awful but easy
Right.
word to
They
say.
should've just-
Unpleasant guy.
They should have called her horned cunt.
Yeah, that's awesome. ACHC.
I don't think they named Hitler that because he was unpleasant. I think he probably added the qualities to the name.
No, but I'm only giving an example of somebody who is unpleasant where the name doesn't. Maleficent is not a fun word to say. It's
Well,
not.
mal from
Chris
the Latin
Plum
word of bad. I don't know.
I don't
but,
like her.
But anyways, Mark Davis, who designed her, is my favorite artist of all time. So that's I love Maleficent for a number of reasons.
A lot of the Disney fans were mad at Bob Chapek because he said, well, Pixar, we're going to put on Disney Plus. It'll just be where we'll just put Pixar movies on Disney Plus. They said that devalued the Pixar brand.
Oh, shut up.
You think so?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
Why?
Because we Pixar fans. Where are you going to watch it? On VHS? You
movie
son of a
theaters.
bitch.
Yeah.
Movie theaters.
Go
What's
ahead.
that?
Right. Okay.
What's a
You're
movie
saying stop
theater?
living in the past.
It's enough. Of course.
Yeah.
Who cares? Everything. My mother's on Disney Plus at this point. I mean,
Right.
they've just taken over everything.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. They're trying too much with the Marvel universe. Stay simple. Stay simple, and it'll be more effective. And the graphics. Nothing. I'm not watching anything that feels like I'm watching anything new or exciting.
Do you think they needed another Doctor Strange movie?
Well, I will. Okay, I will admit that movie was just for gay men because I went. It was. Look,
You loved it, right?
I didn't see it.
You thought it was great.
You didn't see it? Oh,
Travis
The
saw it.
newer
I
one?
did-
I didn't see the new
I've
one.
never seen any of the new Doctor Strange pictures.
Well,
love them.
this one's not even about Doctor Strange. It's about Elizabeth Olsen murdering people. And it was so funny because there was all gays in the theater, right? And I went to go see it. And first, before the movie comes on, they bring out the Nicole Kidman AMC movie commercial. Which
Love that commercial.
and I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
The gays gave her a standing ovation.
No.
That is camp. That is gay men understanding camp. Because after she finished that shitty-ass commercial in a
Yeah.
Chanel suit by herself with her head in front of the projector.
I think Ryan Murphy directed it.
Did he?
No,
Yeah,
but probably with all the camp in it. Yeah.
Gays clapped. Anyway, so Elizabeth, it's all it is about. It was basically what Maleficent should be.
Right.
Is just like a wicked woman with powers murdering people, and gays were clapping. As every person she killed, you better work! Like just clapping in the theater. It was incredible.
Yeah.
But the script, horrible.
I got you. I see. Okay.
Who plays Doctor Strange?
The same woman who played Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Oh, Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour
Jane
plays.
Seymour.
Who's not a
plays
big old
Dr.
Jane? It's such an easy title to say. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
She looks good, by the way. But also, remember she was doing those commercials where she was like, she was making jewelry, and they would show her in her like studio, and she would like paint a heart. She's like, there. That's all my. What is she? Australian? British?
so.
Who gives a shit? And she'd be like, she would do like one shit heart drawing that like is on a 13-year-old white girl's notebook in math class, and she's like, and your husband will love it. You know, just grow up.
Yeah.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
That was such an awful name of a show to say.
But
was
people
bad.
still remember it.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
People almost remember it because it's so ridiculously bad
It's
to say.
so bad.
Like,
yeah.
it's kind of funny.
Well, it was like people would come in with like, doctor, my arm is, I don't know, decaying, and she's like, right. And then she would go off and have an affair with that half Native American guy who was just white as the driven snow.
Right.
He was sort of the liaison from the Native Americans to.
You watched Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Do you think I turned gay yesterday? Of
Sorry.
course I did. I was
Sorry.
an 8-year-old like, what's that? Just.
I don't think I ever saw an episode.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
House was a bad doctor show, too.
I never watched House.
That was a little quirky.
Stunk.
You know, you never knew which direction he was going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there she is, Dr. Yeah, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, the movies, and that was the guy.
They did movies too?
Oh yeah, like
the
made
movies,
for
I don't
TV
know.
movies. Made for TV. It wasn't like theatrical releases.
Dr. Quinn. Yeah, a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when like
Dr. Colin Quinn. Your arm's gonna cut off. No one's gonna like you ever. Fuck you.
Exactly. You gotta cut carbs on your diet.
Talk to my guy. He'll tell you. Dr. Colin Quinn, Medicine Woman, but they still give it Medicine Woman.
Of course it should be. Yeah, it's just him in a kilt. You don't have the skirt or a kilt.
Oh my God, yeah.
you know it's bad when the poster for the show looks like the cover of a romance novel.
It does.
Oh, that was very 90s, wasn't it? Like,
guess
just
so.
sort of like, well lit. But at least they're together. Like, if you look at Disney, no, not to bring Disney back, but any
Bring it
sort of
back.
Disney, whatever, all the posters now are, people are photoshopped together.
From
and it's
other
like
locations,
multiple
yeah.
light source. Everything just looks so fake. I just watched
Everything's fake.
Alien the other week, and it was so refreshing to watch a movie that was. It was like, to me, it was like the greatest movie I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it was the antithesis of everything we're dealing with today. One, they took their goddamn time. Two, the exposition was so subtle that you genuinely believe these people lived with each other on a ship for months and knew each other. Because they weren't like coming out of their stupid ice beds being like, wow, 12 months, that's right. How's your, this like fake exposition you see in movies
Yeah.
now where they're trying to force that these characters know each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Sigourney Weaver, we didn't even know anything about her really, and by the end she had a full arc as a character. But we don't know anything about her, where she's from, her family, her relationships to other people. It felt like you were plopped onto a ship and you were watching these people experience something alien killing them.
There's a very sexy scene of her. I think it was Alien or Aliens. I don't remember which
Alien.
one. Where she was wearing at the end, where she was just wearing those little panties.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! I saw that like within the last 2 weeks. I was like, holy
I have the
shit!
same pair, and and if I was gonna die from an alien, I would get down to my panties too.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You have to be in your own. Then she puts on the little space suit. Is that it? And sucks the alien out. Yeah,
Yep.
good.
Rick
movie.
Moranis was fucking her in Ghostbusters too.
He was.
I mean the characters.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters. I mean, that was another great movie too.
Well, it's also because they don't feel there's something that feels not fake about them when they're using puppets and in-camera effects and like
But I enjoyed watching.
there's something tangible about it.
That's right.
How did the alien latch onto the guy's face? I remember. I don't remember the first moment it
They
happened.
got a signal. Their ship was going, and they woke up and they thought they were ready to enter Earth's atmosphere. And they're like, no, we're far away, but we got a distress signal. So by law, we have to go see the distress signal. They didn't know that was the whole point of this mission. Anyway, so they go to this planet and. They're exploring where the distress signal was coming from. It was a ship.
Yes.
And when they go in the ship, there's all these eggs. The eggs jumped into a guy. They brought him back on the ship, which Sigourney said, do not bring him back on, quarantine, blah, blah, blah. But the robot guy was working for the American government who wanted to bring the alien to...
Sure.
Right, so he let him in. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, I didn't remember. Did it go through the guy's mask? Did it break through his glass mask? Oh, okay. That was just a brilliant, that creepy fucking thing sucking onto his face. What just a disgusting, great idea.
And it was just a doll. Like, it was just like a...
Yes,
a puppet.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
not my Chicago accent on the word doll, but... doll.
That's one of the reasons why it's like super gory, so it has to be up your alley. But Terrifier 2, which I told you about, Jim, is like a super gory horror movie that
I
came
don't like
out.
gory.
It's the goriest movie you've ever seen. But they're using all like practical in-camera effects. The guy who is the director and the writer is also this self-taught makeup artist, so everything's done with like crazy makeup.
I hope we go back there.
It's the best.
I hope the pendulum swings back into that direction, because now things are so CGI.
I agree.
You feel nothing.
I agree.
Like in Doctor Strange Multiverse 2 or whatever that, they were going
Stunk.
through all the multiverses at once, and it was supposed to be this amazing scene of this 360 of them spinning around, and that each world looks different. I'm like, I don't care.
This is clearly fake.
Means nothing to me. My eyes can't even focus on what's really happening. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that thing over that guy's head, that's way more effective.
It's just so disgusting the way it's grabbing his head.
You can see the juices.
Yeah.
And you couldn't cut it off. Why? Because the blood was like acidic.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's where Iger's going to take it. They say Bob Iger. Disney fans, because Disney fans got a big boner for
What
Bob
is a
Iger.
Disney fan?
Like
What
Travis.
does that even mean?
Like Travis loves.
It's like a cool guy who likes,
Let's not say things we can't take back. But Disney, what do you like about? Are you
I'm more
in
of
the
a park. Yeah, I'm like a parks person.
Oh, so like going
Yeah,
to the actual park.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's like a big. He loves the country bear, bumblefuck, cousin fuck, jamboree.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
And the
What?
Star Wars thing where you make a lightsaber.
Oh,
that's
now
my
that's so gay.
No, it's really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not cool.
You know, you could get. You
no,
could
it is
make.
cool. We all have. My wife has one. My daughter has one, and I have one.
But
Now
they
we're
do
all
the
cool.
premium ones too, because I went last time I went.
At the end, Luke dies. The most interesting thing was that Luke rejected the Force. But that was about it. The movie went nowhere. So then the third movie, they're trying to fix everything that went bad in the second movie. And they just shoveled as much as they could into that movie. And it was so stressful to watch and so, like, dumb.
But can
I'm
you
so
imagine?
sick of resets.
Can you
I'm sick of resets.
Can you imagine as long as they waited to make those sequels, that you wouldn't have a good idea where you were going? That like. They had to the
Right.
third one they had to piece together because
That
they
was
fucked
Disney's
up
fault,
the
though.
second one. Who was running Disney at the time?
At the time was Bob Iger.
Oh, we're fucked,
But it was
dude.
it was Disney and Lucasfilm's fault because they said we're going to have 3 new movies and 3 different directors.
But
and
that's so dumb.
It's so
Have
stupid.
the
You,
same director or at least writers for the follow-through.
you can't tell a cohesive story if
Right.
J.J. Abrams starts it and then he's like,
true.
"Here you go, Ryan Johnson." Like now you. do
Ryan
it.
Johnson fucked it up.
I love that movie. I
And
completely disagree.
second
It
one?
is-
Yeah, I,
What was
tell,
the second
tell
one
me
called?
what happens in that movie.
What was the second one called?
that was the Last Jedi.
It was called Faggots.
It's the name of this show.
I liked it because it took chances and
No. I don't want to hear. Taking chances is something you do at Thanksgiving when you're adding garlic into the mashed potatoes. This is a $1 billion fucking movie. We're not taking fucking chances, all right?
People
you
are
got Carrie
skipping
Fisher
flights.
back, flying through fucking space.
That was
So
stupid.
you tell me what happened in that movie.
I can't defend this movie.
Tell me. Tell me what happened in
Here's
that movie.
the thing. Travis has this like really annoying quality.
I just
where
said I can't defend the movie.
When he decides that he likes something, he'll just like it even if it turns bad. Like this guy watched The Walking Dead for so long after it was awful and would come in here every week and go, "You guys just don't understand
You're
like
loyal. I get that.
story."
You're loyal.
Like,
to a point.
You're loyal.
Yeah.
You're
But
loyal.
I stopped.
even Walking Dead, you were like,
I
"Oh."
was.
Well, did you
really
like
late
the
on
third
it.
one? Because
I hated the third one.
Okay, all right. So
What
that's
was the
okay.
third one called?
That was
Faggots.
They just kept going.
They kept calling it that over and over. They would spell it with a Z at the end. That's sort of the hip hop vibe.
No, I hated how they were just like, "Oh, the Emperor's back." Like how? Whoa, well, we don't know.
They didn't bring
So
Darth
you were-
Vader back though.
Well, no, he's
I don't.
dead.
It's if it's not Darth
Darth
Vader,
Vader's
he can
dead.
suck a pile
They
of
brought
dicks.
Palpatine back in the
was-
third one because they were literally struggling with ideas, and he was real Emperor
Who's
Palpatine.
Palpatine?
You know,
The
the Emperor,
Emperor.
like, you Jedi.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But Travis, maybe you were okay with the second one because you were like, if this leads to something good, then I'm fine with it. But because it
But
didn't lead
nothing
to something
happened.
good,
Didn't lead to anything.
It
Right,
led to,
okay,
it gave
okay,
them
I'm fine with that.
Nothing. It gave him nothing.
I
Right.
love
Dude,
that the
I mean-
Star Wars universe is just fucking putting all this garbage out.
That's
Well,
their
because-
own fault, though.
Because I think that the Star Wars universe was the first. Even Empire stinks. Like, it was just the first 2 movies. That's what Star Wars is. And then they're trying to rehash.
Wait,
and
The Empire
rehash
Strikes
and
Back
rehash.
was good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the second movie. Because Jedi with the Ewoks and Han
Terrible.
Solo had
Open
no
Empire.
point in that
Terrible.
movie. It was like, if you watch that movie now, you're like, what is Han Solo's purpose in this film? Because the first 2 movies, he was like a rebel and he had purpose and he was that movie, like on Red Letter Media, they said he's just standing in front of a door on a forest moon for 40 minutes, being like, I'm trying to get this door open. Kill him. That character should have died.
Yeah, it sucked.
Make
Well,
the
they
Jedi.
got around to it.
Well,
Well,
fine, a
when
little
he
too
made
late.
when that fucking George Lucas made Greedo shoot first, like that's who that guy.
Right.
That's the ruins it.
He ruined it.
He ruined
really. He shouldn't. They shouldn't redo those movies. I mean, it just was. We have no appreciation for what was.
Right.
Everything has to like. Basically, what you're saying is you can always fix something, and when you work on something too hard, you ruin it.
There's also something awful about an artist who creates something that leaves people questioning, and then the artist steps forward and goes like, "Nope, here's the answer," and you're like, the whole point was that it led to the conversation.
Right. This was the sort of feeling around Star Wars. Everyone had their own interpretation.
Right.
Or mystery. That's Alien. Not to go back to Alien, but the whole movie's a mystery. You
Love
never see
Alien.
the alien really. The hand, the head. There's a lot of strobe lights, and obviously they did it because they didn't have the technology to make
Right.
it look good. But that left your mind to sort of fill in the rest.
At
and-
the
and
end,
what
when the
it looked
alien's
like.
laying there getting fucking motion sick, just laying there on the ship with his fucking little head tilted, you're like, oh, poor little fella.
Yeah.
It's queasy.
She gives him some Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, they're saying that. So they got rid of the old CEO under the cover of night. It was like Sunday night.
What is it? Is it the mafia?
Sunday
Yes.
Italians?
10 o'clock.
Sunday night at 10 o'clock. It's like that scene in the Steve Jobs movie where they got rid of Steve Jobs when it was like a dark and rainy night. And Steve Jobs was like, you can't get rid of me. And they were like, we got this Pepsi guy here.
Yeah.
So they got rid of Chapek. And they're saying that Bob Iger is going to be there for 2 years. And his whole job, his entire reason for being is either to find a CEO to replace him, like to find somebody now and to craft him in his image, or just sell the goddamn company to Apple. Could you just sell the company to Apple and get it off our plate?
Disney's too big. They're not going to Apple.
Apple's got billions of dollars in
Disney
cash.
has more. Disney has more money than Apple. They own
Do they?
everything. Yes,
Well,
they
Disney,
do.
I don't know if Disney has more money than Apple. Disney has more assets than Apple.
Eh.
Yeah,
You
I
see
think
what I'm
Apple's got
saying?
more money.
So,
Yeah.
like, that's what they're saying. They're like, we got Apple with all this cash. We got all these franchises that we'd have...
But why are they selling? Are they not making money? I don't
Because we don't
understand.
have fuck all to do with these franchises anymore. We don't know what to do with Star Wars. We don't know what to do with Marvel.
Just make something
Yes.
new.
They
Don't
don't
say fuck
know.
all. You're not British. You're not
the
British.
Queen's English.
Don't say fuck all. You're not British.
What is fuck all?
It's a British thing.
I spent some time in England.
Yes, he did with his boy.
I went to London for 10 days and I'm not taking the tube. Ain't it?
Hey, fuck all. Am I wrong, Travis?
No, you're 100% right, Jim.
Right.
Would you have said that in your punk days?
In my punk days,
In your
yeah,
punk
sure,
days.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were a
also-
punk
okay.
guy?
Yes, he was.
And
He
now
was
you're buying lightsabers? Get out of here. You got to write a book.
He used to wear plaid pants.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes.
But now it's a plaid shirt.
Yeah.
It just keeps, the plaid just keeps moving up.
Yes, can't wait till it's a fucking a plaid necktie that he ties to a banister. Jumps.
Travis, do you think they're going to sell...